let me tell you something. Most of you think you have friends. Wait until you elevate. You'll realize most of your friends are not your friends. Most of you think you got friends, you got buddies. Wait until you elevate. Then you'll realize you don't have any friends. They are only friendly because they are doing better than you. Most of them, they are only friendly because you are not a threat. They are only friendly because you are not their competition or by choosing an ex. That's why when they see you, but Ndwana grand, Ndwana kambani, Ndwana. Ngenza something uzokale because you're not a threat. Or by choosing down. That's why they are friendly, but you think they are your friends because they are friendly. Elevate in life. Go from here to here. You'll realize most of your friends are not your friends. Most of your friends are not your friends.
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Chloe Bang, and I'm back with another video. Now in this video, what the homie is saying is that you know your childhood friends, you know the people you hang with, you know the people you actually grew up with. As time goes on, things have to change. All of a sudden switch up on you. Like your friends who used to shout you out, who used to call you out to hang out on a regular, as soon as you elevate and you get somewhere, they just switch up on you. Why is that? Now bro is saying that these people feel threatened by you. They feel threatened. The moment they wanted you is because you were on the same level, or they considered you a non-threat. Jiggy, now that you are moving, you are elevating, or you are going elsewhere, the reception changes. The reception changes. The people you thought were your friend, now they are cool. Now they are moving some type of way, and you wonder, is it you? Is it something you said, only to find that they feel threatened by you. They feel threatened by your presence. It's a sad situation that you find yourself thinking that some people have your back until you get somewhere in life. Then they're like, they just better you 10. A lot of us have found ourselves in this position. Now, in these type of situations, you know, I personally just advise you to just walk away, because you might find yourself being surrounded by people that don't care about you, people who are waiting for you to fail. This is where people find themselves forcing that type of friendship, that type particular person to always be around you. But you've noticed that ever since you came back after going or disappearing to focus on yourself, to build yourself, when you come back, they change. Some people ignore this, and I don't get it, but people ignore this, and you know, they just hang around these people. Although they can see the signs, they just ignore the signs, they just ignore everything. Buy alcohol, chill with these people. You know, sometimes I understand when people actually elevate and they start changing even their circles because of this type of behavior. You find that now you are hanging around people who are waiting for your downfall, who are waiting for you to fail in life. They're not happy. They say they're happy, but the reception is no longer the same as when you were broke together. And this is the world we live in.
They are just friendly because they are doing better than you. Let me prove my point. Disappear for 1 year and then come back. Disappear just for 1 year and come back. When you come back elevated. Come back with confidence. Come back a better person. You'll see 90% of your friends will start giving you an attitude. The same guys used to say Ndwana. When they see you, they act like they don't see you, because now you're a threat. And when they see you, they start giving you one-word answers. Grand in Ndwana, Angsha. Sure. They no longer give you the same vibe, because now you elevated. Not everybody on your day one is your day one. Other people, they are not your day one. They just liked you from day one because you were not a threat. They're really not your day ones. They just hated on you from day one. But
It reminds me of the saying, keep your enemies, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. It's like some people actually hang around you to actually gauge your level of success. The moment you outpace them, they start feeling uncomfortable. It's like your loss or your standards were making them feel better about themselves. That's why they like you more. The moment you start progressing in life, they start feeling like you. That's why you find there are always these people that say, and you don't know how. It's just the way you move and the way you talk because of elevation. Of course, it's just gonna change your personality, but they blame it on money and success. Oh, now or change it. But it's not even about you changing because you no, it's about evolving. You've evolved beyond their comprehension, that their minds can't wrap around the fact that you are moving, you are moving, and it becomes something else. Have you ever experienced that? And sometimes it's not that you've elevated where you are successful like crazy. No, it's just that you moved from where you made them feel comfortable and you went to a position where they can't even keep up with you. So now you don't make them feel comfortable, because the moment they say one day, when are you already there? You're not speaking of one day, you're speaking about the next phase. And now that it's making them uncomfortable. That's why they say you gotta be careful who you hang around with. You look at how the compliments come, especially when you do the right thing versus doing the dumb things. Like the compliments when you do dumb things like going out for drinks, they're different. When you shell out that hand, doing late things at night, they well on last you. But the moment you tell them, yo, gents, I've succeeded, I actually bought this for myself, I'm starting this business now, I'm moving on to the next phase of life, they're like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I guess that. But when we are doing dumb things together, they were like, yeah, I'm fine, you are killing it. You gotta be careful with who you hang out with.
You're friendly because you are not a threat. You were friendly because you are not a threat. I know this personally, young Twal. Yeah, but I used to fear women because I didn't have confidence. I used to be afraid to speak out because I had a low self-esteem. I had friends. I had friends for that reason, but I didn't realize. Young Twal, I really thought these niggas liked me. No, I had friends because I had a low self-esteem and I had no confidence. That's why I had friends. Young Twal, as soon as I elevated and started having confidence and a high self-esteem, I'm telling you, but most of them started giving me one-word answers. Like, sure, Ntwana grand. Ang sha. Ntwana mo connect dala. Ngibe ngakubona Ntwana we-skate. Oh, serious? Okay. Young Twal, Ntwana so.
My point exactly, because you were losers together, it made them feel comfortable with them losing. Now you are elevating. Now it's a different story. What do you think about this, guys? Is this something that has ever happened to you? If you have been in this position, please leave your comment below. I'm just gonna end this video right there. Until the next one, we keep it locked in. Subscribe and like my videos. Let's grow the community, guys. Until the next one, peace.
Degrees are not going to matter within the next 10 years. Number one, oversaturation. Too much of anything is never a good thing. When so many people have degrees, it drives the value of the degrees down, and that makes degrees less impactful.
You cannot be for real.
There's nothing special. Secondly, people are waking up and realizing that they cost more than they're actually worth.
What's not clicking?
Time, commitment, student loan debt. Those are all things that can be viewed as disadvantages. You go through all of that only for you to sit at home unemployed. The rest of the world is moving towards skills. What is it that you can do?
Degrees to avoid studying. Number 1 is BA Psychology. Guys, we have enough psychologists and not enough common sense.
No, it's true. It's true.
So please, this one is a no-no. Number 2 is BA Administration and HR. In fact, the whole Bachelor of Arts faculty, guys. We are tired of seeing people's talents. It's time to see thinkers and workers. The country is falling apart. We have enough DJs, enough dancers, enough actresses and actors.
No, it's true. It's true.
I don't understand.
Welcome to another video with Toy Banger, and on today's video we're gonna be looking at South Africans reacting to the value of degrees. You know how we've been told that education will make your life easier, getting a higher education means success. Well, in today's world, we are waking up into a world where even having the highest of honors in education, you are not destined to succeed. Your skills matter more than the education you have, where companies now exploit cheap labor, actual physical skills, so most physical degrees don't matter. Now South Africans are waking up to this reality, and it's a reality that it's faced all over the world. Now skills matter more than education. Who thought we would get to this point? Because at some point education was everything. Now you find that even people who don't even have whose their last education level was matric are now head of companies, and their employees have degrees in science, and this person last education, the highest education they got was matric. Yeah, boy. You know, tell me your thoughts. Let's just jump into the video. I'm Toy Banger. Let's just do this.
People always be like, a degree is just a piece of paper. If it's just a piece of paper, how come you don't have it? It's not just a piece of paper, because you need to work hard. You need to make sacrifices. Sometimes you go through so much and even affect your mental health. So it's not just a piece of paper, honey.
Yeah, she looks like she has a degree, even when the way she speaks.
And you think you're set. Think again. In South Africa, more than 70% of graduates struggle to find work in their first year.
You cannot be for real.
And another conversation we need to have is how the rules keep changing to suit the people who are in power. In our parents' time, having a degree was enough to get you out the hood. You could get a good job, amass wealth, take your kids to private school. Like, you could live soft with a degree. But tell me, when it's our time, all of a sudden, hey, a degree is not enough. It's all about who you know, the skills that you have, the experience. Hey, like, the rules keep changing. The goalpost keeps being shifted. We are getting degrees, and degrees are no longer the answer. They are no longer the key to success. Like, make it make sense.
Sometimes
that's true what my man is saying here. These days, your degree, you know, you can have the highest of highest educations, like I've been saying, but without the real connections, without the real, you know, experience, you are not gonna go anywhere. We have a lot of people who went to Umali University, you know, for many years. They got their degrees, they got their high certificate, they got everything. They're all set. But they're at home, you know, they can't even get out of the hood. You know, they graduated, they are all set, but can't make it out the hood. Then you find the one who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone working a job that required a person with a degree, a person who actually studied for years and years for this particular position. But thing is, most companies rather go for that person with actual, you know, skills, like in the real world, you know, actual communication, actual experience, than go for the one who came from, you know, freshly off the grill of studying, you know, fresh off the pot. They don't care for that, because now they're gonna have to train you. They're gonna cost them money and time. They're like, nah, we'll go for this highly recommended guy. And education level, matric guy is fine. He knows. he knows because he worked. That's one man who works with one man who's in the company, so he's highly recommended. So that rather cut costs and take this guy, because as soon as they say this guy already knows. He has that physical experience.
I feel like I got my degree for vibes. It's almost as if I got it to just prove a point. Because tell me why I spent 15 plus years of my life attending some sort of educational institution. Primary school, kindergarten, preschool. I went through everything. Eventually got to the end. Graduated. Of course, we were warned at university. I will not lie to you, students. Sometimes it is not enough to only have a degree. What the heck are you talking about? But I still functioned with that hope, that glimmer of hope. To say, no, man, I'm going to shut up the naysayers, get a degree, get a good job, and I'm going to achieve my dreams. Because when I attended school, that was the only thing that just kept me going throughout my schooling life. The only thing that kept me going was the fact that I was telling myself that at the end of all of this, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be okay because I have a degree now and blah, 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 and all these things. Where?
A nightmare. Literally a nightmare.
Where?
That's the case with a lot of people.
It's so frustrating.
South Africans who studied humanities or Bachelor of Science in university, we've had several conversations about how those are academic degrees, not really professional degrees, how hard it is to get a job after you've studied them. But if you have studied those, if you studied the humanities or you studied Bachelor of Science and you are working now, please tell us, either stitch or comment in this video, what are you working as? How did you get the job? Like, what was your strategy or your pathway to success? I'll start. So I did a Bachelor of Social Science, and the way that I got through to where I am now, because I'm working in admin, but like I'm working in like events and logistics type of space. I was able to get that job because of the work experience, quote unquote, that I had from different organizations that I volunteered with while I was studying. So I was a speakers coordinator for TEDxUCT. I did like admin secretarial duties for like the church society. I was a teaching assistant and a tutor also, so that gave me like admin type of experience. And then I was the director/chairman for a organization in which we volunteered and gave students like education, etc. So all of that experience combined, like in organizing events for different societies and stuff like that, like I was able to use all of that experience as well as my undergraduate degree to get the job that I have now. And I'm climbing the ladder, going to different posts and positions. So in essence, my leverage or ladder to success included, doing different volunteer work and like work with other societies and stuff. And leveraging that experience when applying for a job, because the job I applied for didn't necessarily ask for like a Bachelor of Social Science, but I was able to use the experience that I had while studying to get the job. But what about you? What did you study and what are you working in? How did you get there? Let's help the young kids out.
The current job she's doing doesn't have anything to do with a degree. It's due to experience, like I've been saying. It's due to the experience that she possesses. Why she was studying for the degree. So it doesn't even matter what she has, what she studied for. The job currently she's working doesn't have anything to do with that. That's why I'm saying that experience matters. What you've been through physically without actually, not intellectually what you learned or what you read in a book, but the real experience with how a lot of companies actually, say, yeah, we are taking you, we are considering you. That's why I said they even go for foreigners, because if they're looking for electricians and you did electrical engineering, whatnot, and you graduated and you understand, you are top. He was an electrician in Nigeria. He's just gonna say, I wired this flat. Who are they gonna go for? The one who has experience in the actual field, or the one who studied but needs training, observation? Obvious, they're gonna go for the one with experience, because experience matters. How you gonna hold yourself, so they don't wanna waste time. So I feel like it's a thing where companies are cutting costs, and now they want ways of making more money without actually having to pay their workers. So like the hand is saying, what she's doing now doesn't have anything, although some of it might be related to what she studied. Most of it is because of the experience she gathered. So that's really having a degree, man. And in the next years, how is it gonna look? Because it's all going shakukuku. Yeah, fat. Hey. Like, it's crazy how we got to this point as humans, where now even like these goalposts are changing. Now they were here, now the goals are there, now they're there, now they are here. Like, we are all over the place.
Sanbonani, when I came across someone who was under the misinformed impression that there was no value in going to school to get a computer science degree because AI can now code. As if that's all being a software engineer is, coding. I don't blame this person because there are way too many opinions that are loud and wrong that have the platform and the reach to spread and peddle this nonsense that AI is coming to take software engineering jobs. It couldn't be further from the truth. Can AI code? Yes. Can it code well? Subjective. Is that all being a software engineer is? Coding? No. In order for a software solution to make its way into production, as in your hands right now, like what you're watching me on right now, there are significant contributions that come from various people with various skill sets, some within the software engineering field, others within data science, others in networking, solutioning, product management.
I mean, when you talk about tech, you know, it's a different story. We're in an age where technology is technology, you know, we there. So in this field, you know, you are destined, obviously, to get a lot of opportunities when it comes to that. But the other aspects, other fields share. This field you can maneuver around it, because in an age of technology, we do need a lot of, you know, IT people all over. So this one is, I feel like for me, even in the next coming years, as much as they can say computer, hey, what AI, nah, we're still gonna need people, because even AI had people behind it. In order for it, that's why it needs to keep on learning from people. So it's still gonna, you know, there's no way you can replace a human when it comes to computer science and technology and all that. What do you guys think? Me personally, I think it's like a 50-50 thing, because at the end of the day, you know, we still need people who are qualified, who knows the right ways, who knows the you know, the actual right ways. Yes, some study or field can be occupied or oversaturated, but in some aspects, you know, we still gonna need people to educate themselves. We need people to actually go to school. So I wouldn't suggest people just leaving. If you know that you're a book person, please do that. If you know that studying is for you and you wanna see yourself with all the degrees, all the certificates you want in the world, please do that. It's for you and you're doing it for you. So at the end of the day, we all live nicely and happy. But until the next video, guys, it's your boy Toy Banger, and until we meet again next time, keep it locked in.
One thing about Instagram influencers, those people can lie. Those people can lie. Yo, guys, listen, you cannot be in the gym every single day and post your salads every single day, and yet there's no muscle building, there's no toning happening, there's nothing. Like, there's nothing. And no, you don't have to lose the weight, because there's a lot of things that plays a role on how people lose weight. It could be medical reasons, it could be that you're not in a calorie deficit, etc. But can you at least, after 3-4 months in the gym, and there's no muscle, any form of toning, guys, no, please, I'm so tired of Instagram. Yo, guys, no. I literally just went on an unfollowing spree. I was like, no, Kyakupa, man, we are tired of this. These lies, no. That's why I like to.
I hate to break it to you, but your favorite influencer might not be.
What it do, YouTube? What it do, Mzansi? It's your boy Toy Banger, and I'm back with another video. Again on this influencer culture situation. This topic will never end. This topic is gonna be on wire. Now people are calling Instagram influencers out to say that they're tired of the lies. But up to so far, we all know that most people who influence, you know, do everything just for show. They don't really do it. They say it just for clout. They say it to gather a following. So I'm always even surprised when these brands actually sponsor these people, because these people lie. They lie so much. They have these large followings and everything's just based on fiction. And thanks to social media, I think social media allows people to play into anyone's fantasy. Anyone's fantasy. Now people are saying, but you go to a gym 3 months and nothing is happening. 4 months, nothing is happening. 5 months, nothing is happening. But the salads, the life, the diets, they're there. But if you know, you know. That's why a lot of people are getting off the social media thing, because everyone's realizing why? Why are we watching you? You're not doing anything. Says lie to us. You're doing it for the views, you're doing it for the cloud. Just to say you are doing it, you are an influencer. So people are calling out the lies and say, you know what, I can't deal with this anymore. After following this person for this long, I'm tired. It's your boy Trey Bang. I'm back with another reaction. Let's just hear what the people think. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. Let's just jump into it.
Who you think they are. I've been to a lot of influencer events and I've met a lot of content creators. Social media is so fake. People can fabricate a whole life, a whole personality online, and then when you meet them in person, it's just like two opposites. So it is so refreshing when I go to an event and I meet a girl that I've been following and I've been seeing their content, and they're actually super nice, and sometimes they're even better in person than what they are online, and I'm like, wow. It costs nothing to be nice. Just say hi, we can move on with our lives. Spread love and kindness.
As an influencer,
and I want to say this real quick, man. Just because you have a following of 12,000 people, 15, you are not important. You're bored. You're not even doing anything to benefit anyone. Most of you just do everything just for yourself. So say hi, be nice. Because I follow you. When I say I recognize, I'm be like, say, just shout out. Walking around like you are important or something, like you do something to change the world. Sugar man. And that's what they have. They have, like, most influencers have the main character syndrome. And that. Not all of them. Like she said, some of them can be, especially if you recognize them. I've met a few and they're good people. When I was doing e-hailing, I always meet a lot of influencers, like TikTok influencers. Then most of them are genuine people. They're just people, you can talk to them. But some of them, it's all up in their asses, like, yo, calm down, bro. Calm down, Joe.
You know that a lot of people are watching you. If you create visibility for a product and tell us it's great, we're likely to believe you. At the same time, if you tell us that product sucks, we're likely to believe you. We're going to want to buy that product, or we're going to completely disregard that product because you have influence. And with influence comes social responsibility, whether you're willing to accept it or deny it. And then we get small businesses in South Africa. It's so hard to launch a small business in South Africa, let alone get visibility for it, let alone have customers for it. Someone puts in so much time and effort towards launching their small business. You approach them and tell them you want to create visibility for that product. You finally get that product, she puts an effort to get it to you, and then you leave it in the sun, post about it 2 months later, and claim that the product melted, implying that the product is low quality. How does that look for that person's business? Honestly, that's
bad. That's bad.
So guys, I'm sitting on my balcony, so if you hear the cars, that's why. I was just scrolling on my TikTok and I saw someone complain about a South African influencer. Don't know who they're talking about, don't really care, whatever. But it made me think about this one content creator, influencer, whatever you want to call it, that I actually met. And she's so funny. I used to love her content. Like, she is hilarious, and I think she's still doing it. I don't know, don't follow her, blocked her, whatever. But she's so sweet and everything, and a lot of people like praise her, look up to her, whatever, which is fine. You can do that. But when I met her in person, I was so excited to meet her, because I was like, not so excited, but I was like, oh my word, like, you're so funny, I relate to you, whatever. So I saw she was wearing this one hoodie. We were like all on our way back from like a festival or something like that. This was like a year or two ago. And I I was like, hey, sorry, your hoodie's really cool, like, where's it from? And she turned around, and I promise you gave me the rudest look I think I've ever been given by someone. And she looked back at her friends, and they all just burst out laughing.
Ew.
So I was like, okay, and she was like, one of my friends made it. Or something like that. Okay.
Sis.
What the hell? I was just trying to be nice. But also, because I worked at that festival that we had come from, I saw her at that festival. Guys, yo. No respect, eh? I don't know, it's giving mean girl, it's giving I'm on top of the world because I have a few thousand followers.
Like for real.
Don't be like that.
Don't be like that.
You see, my problem with influencers and kids
Don't be
is
like
that it's all about hidden gems that we all know about and never information about how to secure a tender, and I absolutely
said it so you don't
useless
have
information.
I'm gonna talk about influencers being so rude, obnoxiously rude. Like, you guys think you guys are on a pedestal. Like, I can't. How are you guys this mean to us, your younger sisters, your fans? How are you gatekeepers of guys? I thought we are girls. Everyone wants to see us. Like, we want to see each other uplift our families. And as you can see in South Africa, guys, we as girls, we try all revenues to get income. The influencer who followed me and unfollowed me, same time. That means you followed me by mistake. How dare you? And you literally got my hopes up. I'm thinking I'm doing something right. Yeah, like, I'm getting there. Like, oh, finally. Why would you do that? When I catch you, when I do catch you, because what?
It didn't start with the rush.
You can see the pattern, right? The pattern is right there. The pattern is there. Why are you guys walking around like you're on a pedestal, like you're important, Batong? It's only social media. It's not even like you giving out life-changing advice. Like, you're always talking about clothing, hit the gym, the specific type of trips you are taking. You're not even helping anyone. And like I'm saying, it's like a self-centered type of environment when it comes to the social media. Not me. If you see me in the streets, you reach out like, hey, tada, hola, on time. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so the video can go out. And one day we'll meet in the street. I'll be like, hey, hola. But yeah, guys, this is the pattern. This is the pattern. This is what people feel about most influencers. Trash. And I feel like it's a South African thing, because at the end of the day, you're no one special, you're nothing special without the people who follow you, as a social media influencer, as a social media personality. Without the people who follow you, you are nothing, you are no one. These people literally made you. They engage with your content. They help the algorithm push you out more. And that is how you treat them. What is wrong with you? Main character syndrome alert. Main character syndrome alert. It's a problem. It's a really, really, really serious problem. But yeah, you can hear what people are saying. We can hear that there's a specific pattern. I'm gonna leave this video right here. I'm gonna leave it right here. But yeah, that's it. Stop being trash. If you following, be a kind person, because these people made you. These people support you. They are the reason why the algorithm is pushing you out so much. So don't let it go to your head, don't let it get to your head, because at the end of the day, bro, that's why I appreciate those who watch my videos until the end. And until the next video, gents, ladies, gents, squaw, family, it's your boy Trey Bang. Have a nice man. Ololo. Bror was caught taking pictures of girls at the beach. How dumb can bro get? One time. So my bro with this camera out there acting like he's filming a nature documentary. Kantene is busy recording Abosisi Babantu, other people's sisters and ladies, and the boy was out there like on some National Geographic. So on the topic there, I wanna cover something. I wanna cover the topic of lust and how it's affecting a lot of gents. Guys, how down do you have to be to go at the beach so you can take pictures of amaponopono when there's so much amaponopono on the internet, dog? I don't understand. So this one is crazy because he was caught right-handed in the videos. You can hear the hand saying, we're gonna tell our brother, we're gonna tell our brothers, they're gonna come for you. You can see there's an officer next to the guy. So gents, we are in trouble. One time, if lust controls you at this point where you can't even help yourself but go around, and this is not the only guy. We have guys with professional cameras that go around taking videos like they're in the Kruger National Park looking for a lion to take pictures of this so they can send it to National Geographic. These guys are wilding out. So we're gonna hear what people have to say about this problem with lust, because it's really affecting men's mind. Not even men, only, but even women have this problem. So let's just hear what lust does to a man's mind on Twitter.
Good news is, lust is one of the last battles that you have to face when it comes to beating a vice or an addiction. It's one of the worst ones, but it's one of those last ones. When you beat it, life gets significantly better. When you have control over your lust, you start to have control over your life. You start to have control over your actions. You start to have control over your movements. You start to have control over the things that you want to do on a daily basis. It's no longer controlling you. It no longer has power over you. Now, I'm not comparing addictions, but what I'm saying is in the age of 2025, modern times, the number one addiction that men face is lust. It's the addiction to women, to watching things they're not supposed to watch, looking at things they ain't supposed to look at, acting on things they're not supposed to act on before thinking. You need to think before you act on anything or anyone or any situation. And lust is clouding a lot of young men's mind from them making proper decisions with clarity. If you can defeat this thing, you will get your life back, bro. And that's what you need to understand. You won't just get your life back, but you're gonna have a significantly better life.
You got that. You're gonna get so much out of life. You're gonna get so much out of being you. You won't walk in the street waiting for the next hand to walk out wearing tights and you go, if I could have that, and if I could have that. Your life will become so much better because now you'll see the real spectrum of what life represents. You're gonna see what really matters in life instead of mapono walking around when not looking for those buns like you are in a bakery. Life becomes more beautiful, life becomes more meaningful. Excuse me, there are guys who are always caught up in that world of just lasting over that to a point where it sabotages families, it sabotages relationships, financially, academically. Like your life is just controlled and it's revolving around lust. What is this, guys? So lust, it's been foretold and it's been going around on social media that lust is really used to control the man's mind. See, once a man obsessed and over fixates on lust, you can't think of anything. Nothing matters. In this day and age, we have people called gunas, people who have 10 screens. And I should make a video of it. We have 10 screens in their room watching pornography, different types of porn. Women say men are no longer the same. Men react on, on just suggestion. Already he thinks, when you look at him, he says, she wants me, it's going down. But no. They see women as objects. As men, we see women as objects. You just walk in the street, you're already looking for a place to stick your dick. You are in a married relationship, in a loyal relationship, you have a wife, you have a girlfriend, but you still want to go out there. That's the dangers of being over fixated on lust, guys. Lust can do so much to a man's mind alone, and I feel like this topic I need to cover it more and more and more, because the dangers of lust is like lust this day and age we live in it, where you can access pornography at any time. Let me say, like, you heard me right. I hope this doesn't get flagged, but it's the truth. The excess, I think it's killing us. The excess, and you know the Jezebel spirit is running out here. It's running out here where we live in an age where everyone wants to sleep with everyone because it's a norm. But it's called lust. In reality, it's called lust, guys. We want someone, but you're not really there to build with them. Because you are craving what you see. You don't want a real connection. You just wanna die and then just all. That's lust controlling you, brother. That's lust controlling you, my sister. When you wanna always get paka, you know. When you wanna always get eaten, when you wanna go out there and eat, you have someone that loves you, but they don't even satisfy you because your standards are twisted. You want something you saw on the phone, you are addicted to pixel. Even the real hand doesn't slap you. You look at your girlfriend, she doesn't look like the hand you saw while you were watching that, that Monang over there, volume 1. You're like, dog, she doesn't hit me the same. I'd rather shake one off. Will be out here to service you, because the real thing doesn't even stimulate you the same. So it affects you mentally, and not even mentally but physically. Your whole brain rewires and it functions and it hits differently. Now you become overstimulated to a point that you are no longer stimulated by real life. You just want everything that's unrealistic. And that's a problem. That's why a lot of guys find themselves being out there. That's why a lot of women find themselves being out there, just going out. And the level of fulfillment you're going to achieve is zero. Like it's zero. It's next to nothing, because nothing will satisfy you like those pixels. That 1080 pixel video that you saw. So you'd rather go home and just do teke or go around in beaches taking women's pictures instead of approaching a female and talking to her when you're busy there taking a picture like you're taking the National Geographic documentary. No, Ntwana, you gotta watch out, guys.
Let's have an honest conversation. Let's be honest. If there's one thing that has destroyed a lot of amajita langa pandle, it has messed up with their relationships, messed up with their finances, messed up with their health, messed up with their growth, career growth, spiritual growth, is lust and lack of sexual control. I think if as umjita you can learn to control your sexual urges, you would have solved half of your problems, because a lot of amajita langaphandle are struggling with controlling their sexual urges. Just because it's attractive, it doesn't mean you must give into it. Just because the body feels like it, gents, it doesn't mean that you must just give into it. In fact, my best advice that I can give to any guy langaphandle is that find a good woman, marry a good woman, and be happy. Choose her and choose her alone. This running around and sleeping with multiple girls, it's destroying a lot of us.
Lust is destroying men. It's not women, it's not love, it's lust. It is costing men everything. Their money, their marriage, their legacies. Millionaires have lost their empires over 5 minutes of pleasure. Shannon Sharp, Sharon Moore, Bill Cosby, Diddy, R. Kelly. The list just goes on and on and on. Men with power, position, platforms have been brought to their knees because of their lack of discipline. And here's the scary part. Lust doesn't just ruin lives, it rewires your brain. It convinces you that desire is more important than destiny. You say you want a good woman and a family and a legacy, but then you'll gamble all that over women that you claim don't even matter. How do you lose everything for someone that you don't even take seriously? That's not strength, that's slavery. Porn has numbed you. Social media has desensitized you. You've confused manhood with overindulgence, and then you call it freedom. But true freedom isn't doing whatever your flesh wants. It's in having the power to say no. And then y'all love to bring up the Bible, how they had multiple women. But even the Bible warns us about what lust can do. Look at Samson, the strongest man. He fell because of it. Look at Solomon, the wisest man ever. He fell because of it. If wisdom and strength wasn't enough to resist lust, why do you think that you can win? Lust doesn't care about how powerful, educated, how much money you have, or how successful you are. It'll take every gift that God gave you and turn it into your downfall if you don't learn how to master your discipline. Fleeing temptation isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Even the Bible tells you when you encounter lust, you must flee. You should run, because every time you choose lust, you're not just betraying your partner, you're betraying your future, your name, your children, your peace. Self-control isn't punishment, it's protection.
You hear the name that she listed, right? Biggest names. Most famous story recently, P. Diddy. That's in R. Kelly. Shaman Sharp. I don't know if you know him, but I know him. I saw a couple of videos. Same situation. And Medabongs, South African Medabongs. Yeah. Zinhle see flames because bro can't even control himself. Boo. Yo, you have a wife and you're still going out number 2K. Because you want something fresh, you want something younger. Last guys, it's a thing that's gonna, it's taking down a lot of guys, Joe. Like a lot of men, and we're still gonna see flames. We're still gonna see with the coming generation is power now. We're still gonna see flames. Never mind the older ones, because the older ones are gonna die one day. They're old. They're gonna pass on. What about the coming generation? What about the coming generation? Levels of AIDS, STDs, stats are going up. And at the end of the day, we look at the culprit. We look at the culprit, not even the culprit, the culprit, man. It's lust. It's not even the women, it's not even the men, it's the lust. How it's so normalized, the availability of us, finding this content, finding this new beliefs that you need to increase your body count before you get married, the beliefs that we have, the systems that we have. I feel like this topic should cover it over and over until even the channel blows up. Even when the channel blows up, I should go on it, this topic, because it's never ending, and we need to raise awareness, guys. We need to raise awareness, guys. So what do you think about this? Do we have a problem? Yes, we do. What's the solution? Let's come with the solution. Because I can't even say I'm excluding myself. Even I know that I've had times where I overindulged. I can think, like I can go over times where I should have focused and I didn't. Indulgement. Yeah. So I have stories to tell, and I'll share the stories as time goes on, as we cover this topic. Because this is a topic that needs openness so that we can all feel comfortable and tackle this together as men and women. So until the next video, it's your boy Chloe Banger. Like, subscribe, you know the deal, guys. That's why I don't even say anything. You know the drill, guys. You help me grow, I grow and reach out. You know what I mean? So hey, until the next video, olo, yepo. What do you do, gang? It's your boy Chloe Banger back with another video. Now we're gonna be covering a topic that we all familiar with. This topic is about men who can actually handle rejection, men who can take no for an answer. We know these homies, some of them are our friends, some of them we grew up with them, some of them are around us in the hood. There you see him approach a hand, as soon as the hand rejects him, he insults the hand, which is something that always blows my mind, because when you were approaching her, you thought you had a chance and she looked fire, but the moment she says no, she's not for you, you started rejecting her. And now what I realize is that a lot of guys find themselves setting themselves up because of this behavior. So we're gonna watch a couple of videos before we jump into the video. You know what it is. It's your boy Chloe Banger. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's just jump into it real quick.
African men, you guys have a problem, and I'm a man and I'm willing to accept this day, because I've seen many of the examples of you behaving this way. The problem that South African men have is that a lot of you cannot handle rejection. You guys do not know how to approach women. You guys do not know how to talk to women. You guys don't know when you get the answer that you don't want. You don't know how to correlate that existence. A perfect example of this is that a lot of you who are going to see this video, you grew up in the townships. And when you grew up in the townships, when you approach a girl and she never gave you an answer that you wanted, or she's kind of rude to you, what do you guys usually do? You guys swear at them. You call them the feb. If it's when as feb was sharper, if it's when I was dodla. But you first went there with the intention of getting her. Where was the sharper before you got to her? When you saw her and stood up and said hello? You guys don't know how to talk to women.
Yeah, that's an actual like real life representation of what I'm talking about. Because a guy would approach her hand, but as soon as the hand says no, then the insults start, and which I don't understand, because part of being a man is showing discipline, and it's showing that you stand on business. Sometimes you might find that you're trying to come off as manly, but you're coming off as the hence why because it shows how emotionally matured you are. It shows how emotionally fragile you are. The moment she says no, you are like, you installed her. So guys, like, gents, we have a serious problem. It's a serious issue, because at the end of the day, it's her choice if she wants to engage in that interaction or not. But as soon as you throw insults in there, you're proving her right that you are not really for her. And so maybe that first approach wasn't approached properly, but if you take it like a man, you don't know, maybe along the way, one day you meet her again, she might even change your mind, because you came off as respective, as a dignified guy on Tara. So she went home and and this guy approached me and what. Then next time you approach her, maybe things might change. Maybe, I don't know. But one thing I'm trying to emphasize is that, as soon as a hand says no and she doesn't want to engage, there's no need to insult her, bro. I feel like a lot of guys should work on themselves, work on their mental, and actually understand that we all have a choice. Doesn't mean that when she looked right for you, when she looked like the one for you, she feels the same. She has a choice. So, bro, you gotta stop that. And I feel like as gents, we need to actually address it mano a mano. Like, as soon as you hear a guy actually say something like that, you need to call him out and say, bro, like, come on, why would you do such a thing, Here's another practical example of this situation right there.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry to disturb you, nah? Like, I saw you from down there, and I thought, like, you're kind of cute, nah? So maybe I could get your number, and then we could go out sometime.
No, sorry.
What do you mean, no?
No, I have a boyfriend.
Nah, like, I don't care about your boyfriend, but, like, the only person I want is you, no?
Hi, Bongi, I'm Tanda, so I can't give you my number.
For sec, with your big forehead and your kiss. You're not even my type. You're not even cute like that anyways. I'm trying to level you up here. You women always say you want a good man. When a guy like me comes, you say no. Who are you to say no to me? You're not even my type anyway. Yes.
And like, the crazy thing is that the moment you call her ugly, like, but when you were approaching her, it was a different story, and it's always the case. It was a different story. Me personally, if I approach someone and they say no, my pride doesn't even allow me to say anything besides okay, sharp. I just walk away. Because they said, no, you fight it out. And maybe that guy was driving and the hand was standing in the middle, next to the road somewhere. And this guy just approached his hand. This hand is like, nah. And he's standing there causing traffic unnecessarily, trying to convince the hand to get into the car. There's nothing more cringe than seeing that for me personally, because I left the crib with plans. I left the crib with things to do. So even if I was that type of guy to just pull over aside when I see a lady and say, yo, get into the car, what's up, what's your name? The moment she says, baba, you drive off. But some guys would stand there, and I always question that mentality, because I don't know if it's stupidity, desperation, or just pure commitment. Because at the end of the day, bro, the moment she says nah, on Twitter, and you can see the signs. Like when you have a chance with someone, you can see the moment you approach them, they give it off, and you'll see maybe I have a chance. She'll give you her ear, she'll show you that I'm giving you attention. But the moment you get there and you, after like saying a few lines on Twitter, greetings and all that, and then the expression on her face is pulling back, she's trying to show you that I'm not interested, but it just move along, and it goes off to what he said, your women say you want a good man, I'm a good man, but you're busy insulting her. What type of a good man does that? Because a good man always respectfully accepts on good luck, respectfully accept the rejection and says, have a lovely day, you look beautiful, and you move it right along. Right, it's that easy. And growing up, guys, see, we know that.
Hayi mama. Baby. Nana. Izalana unjunju.
Yo ayijo xohlukane nami yo.
Yazini nawe nisifuba sekwayikwai.
There's nothing more painful also to watch than a guy who calls her hand. Like, mind you, she can hear him. Baby, Lala, no, sweetie, what? But she can hear you. She's just not responding. She saw you when she was pulling up, she saw you and she's not responding because she doesn't like you like that, or she doesn't feel like you are her type like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the moment you say hi and you say no, you say la, and she doesn't, bruh, if she hears you and she likes what she sees, the moment you say hi, I swear she's gonna respond to you immediately, bro. She's gonna be, hey, how are you? She's gonna come back and say, I'm good, man, you look beautiful. No, thank you. The interaction will just be as natural as ever. So it always baffles me for a guy who forces it, and when they get rejected, they start insulting. For me, it's a loss for the team, gents. But we lost. It's a loss for the team, just like we need to address this mentality, because it's not gangster, it's not coming off as savage, bro. You just looking desperate and thirsty as fuck. I said it. Just thirsty as no mates.
Handling rejection.
Like the worst. Like the first thing they do is bash the girl that they put all that effort into getting. What happened 2 weeks ago when she was gonna be the love of your life? Now she said no, now she got a unibrow. She been had the unibrow.
Just saying she was your Beyonce last weekend.
Shawty my Beyonce. Now she ugly.
It's definitely a pride thing, and sometimes it's okay to be prideful. Like that's just a natural thing that happens. It's just the acting upon your pridefulness.
That's the biggest point.
Donna, put your pride aside. Put your pride aside. When you approach someone, like it's a thing of, first impression. It's a thing of, strangers, communicating and meeting each other. So that it can go anyhow, because at the end of the day, you are strangers to each other. You all are not familiar with each other, Joe. Just know that she might reject. Just know that she might. The worst one is the one with the lady who just puts on this face of disgust. She looks at you, and it's worse when you even look at it from an outside person perspective, or a third person perspective. You are walking down the street and you see this guy is trying, Joe. He's trying. The lady is just cold. There's this expression of disgust on her face, and you look at that situation there, you can feel yourself just shrinking on his behalf to why guys put themselves through this, and that thing affects your confidence. Or one at the moment you walk with pride, that thing boosts your confidence, because now you can take rejection. You're not even afraid to try again, but you put yourself in an awkward position. Even approaching women in the future feels terrifying because of that experience you prolonged. Some guys don't have that. I guess some guys don't have shame in them. Zero shame. And I know a few of, in my lifetime, I've been friends with guys like that who have zero shame. They'll shoot their shot at every hand until they eventually find the one. So hey, shout out to those guys. I don't know where they really, where their minds are at, or where they really connect, or but they are like that. But on the other hand, bruh, if she says no the first time, just leave it at that. No need for the insults, because at the end of the day, you're painting guys in a bad way. Like you're shining a bad light to guys on Twitter, because that's what she's gonna think of all men. So you tell me what you think, guys, about this topic, because this is a very, very serious thing, and it exists, and I feel like it's gonna keep on existing until the moment we address it as gens. So gents, come on, put the pride aside on that, and make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Until the next video. Ololo. What it do, gang? It's your boy Toy Bang, and I'm back with another reaction video. Now, the caption on this video is gonna be basically when poor people have too much time on their hands, they end up having kids. We've seen that in a lot of poor neighborhoods, there'd be a lot of kids playing around in the streets. We've seen that Komakasi, we've seen that everywhere, like in the country. You know that, well, you know what I'm talking about, right? So in this talk, we're gonna try to dissect why really a lot of poor people end up having kids. Me personally, I know, because I grew up Koka, I see that there'd be a lot of kids. But if you go into suburban areas, yeah, there are kids there, but they're not as much kids as in poor areas, right? So is it the fact that poor people have too much time and they get bored and all they can think about is end up making kids? And is being poor the main reason behind that? Because even if you are poor, right, practicing safe sex and avoiding making kids, especially if you understand your situation, it's something that you can avoid. It's something that you can avoid. So in this video, like, we're gonna hear what people have to say about this situation, right? So let's just watch the coming videos. It's your boy Chloe Banger.
Just have kids. That's all they do, making babies. They ain't got nothing to do in their life. They ain't got no money to go nowhere. They go home, all they got is a warm body to lay next to and get up on. I mean, no shame in it. That's what keeps the world going, I guess. That's what keeps the human population going. Y'all, shout out to the poor people out there. Salute to y'all. Keep going. You know how I know this? My school had a high poverty rate. Every single motherfucking child that graduated from that school got a baby. As we speak. I feel like they graduate, they look around and be like, well, Section 8 up, welfare up, baby daddy up. What more do I need? What more?
She made a valid point right there, because a lot of people think, getting welfare, getting grants for their children is another alternative way out of struggling every day, especially in this jobless world we live in right now, where getting a job is something else. You find that someone graduates and after that they just have kids. So it's kind of crazy, because you're not helping your situation, because chances of even having the baby daddy take care of that kid, it's gonna be something else, because that most probably your baby daddy is as poor as you are, right? So let's just say, okay, the guy figures it out and actually takes care of the kid. Chances are it's not gonna even be enough to take care of the both of you, right? That's why you have the baby mama dramas, especially in a lot of poor neighborhoods. Like, we have a lot of baby mama drama. We have a lot of, always fighting over maintenance, support. And it's a better idea for me, if you ask me, if it's a better idea for you to have kids hoping that the baby daddy will take care of the both of you. Now, the baby daddy might take care of the kid, but you as the mother, it might be a problem, because the guy could only afford to do so much for himself. Imagine taking care of a kid and you. So he has to take care of two more people. So it's not even a way out of financial struggles. If you ask me, it's not even a way out, because at the end of the day, you might find yourself in a worse shitty situation, like crazy.
Oh, umntana ungaba naye noma ungena mali uzodlala into odla, you lying. Newborn ayiphuzi ngisho amanzi. Newborn hayi. Newborn angeke izidle rice. Newborn angeke ize idle ipapa. Then you say to me, uzodlala into odla nini? You figure nini 1 year azodlala into odlayo? Stop playing yourself, man.
Having a child when you're not financially stable is not cute. There's nothing cute about it. Nothing cute about it. Or those that pretend. Hayi mina bengazi yazi ngibone sekwenzekile ubone sekwenzeke kanjani. Mawenza riding boat kuzophuma iplasma. Ah guys man, stop it.
Okay, so you understand, right? That what she's trying to say, if you don't get it, what she's saying basically is that some people would have kids and say, you know, it's okay, you know, the kid will eat whatever you eat, which doesn't make sense, as she says, because, you know, like the kid, when the baby comes on this planet, yeah, you might breastfeed, but next it comes the diapers, next comes the formula, next comes. So babies are expensive and they only get more expensive as they grow because their demands get more expensive. You know how baby formula is so expensive. If you've ever been in the store and you check the baby aisle, you see how baby products are so expensive. So for you to have a kid without being financially stable, it's a risk. And for me, it's a sort of like a unfair move on the kid. It's sort of like an unfair move on the kid because at the end of the day, they didn't ask for you or to be born on this planet with you not figuring your life out. So my advice would be figure your life out before even considering or, you know, having a baby. Yeah, it might be unexpected, but that's why they always emphasize having safe sex. Safe, like, that's the best way, you know. Abortion aside, avoid it. Prevention is better than cure, guys. Prevention is just better than cure.
The reason poor people have so many children is because they sleep early. And the only activity they engage, of course, the juries out there will understand.
Aha.
The reason poor people...
This is not even shaming. This is not even shaming poor people or trying to, you know, sound some type of way like I'm on a higher pedestal or anything. It's a concerning issue that affects us as society to see children, you know, who are brought on this planet by people who don't even have their own life figured out, because the child is gonna need a home to stay. A child is gonna need a lot, like, you know, when it comes to security. So you figuring your life out, and having sex is not an excuse because you can wrap it. You can take some prevention pills. You can do so much before even considering having a kid. For me, that's selfish thinking because I personally don't even have a kid because I feel like, you know, bringing a kid will just put them in a place where they're gonna come into a world where they're gonna struggle, and I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for my kids. Yeah, you might have your family behind you, but most of the things are gonna rely on you as the parent. Most of the things are gonna rely on you as the parent. You have to provide. You have to take care of your kids. So it's a big responsibility. It's not something small. It's not something you can just say you can look over or you can figure out when the baby comes. No, you should have a plan, like a serious plan when you bring kids on this planet, guys.
Prepared. Some of you, your children are going to inherit poverty. Sorry to say this, but that's how it's gonna be like because of your ignorance. Some of your children are going to born into poverty. Because of your ignorance. You had time to build, but you blamed the government. You had time to study and sit and read, but you took time and you go have fun. And you don't know that you don't even have money to have fun. You cannot even afford to have fun, but you are out there having fun. Sometimes God will give you some situations where He wants you to focus. The reason why you don't have money, God wants you to focus on understanding His word. By the time the money comes, you have the wisdom to maintain it. Some situations are actually good, but because you lack understanding and the wisdom, you miss a lot of opportunities. Now you're starting to force life. You wanna force it. When you first let's go drink and you don't have money, they say no, I will buy. You go, but really, God didn't give you money so that you don't go anywhere, to sit down and start learning. So So now that whole purpose of you being prepared is ignored. So you're delaying your success because you still need to be prepared.
Bro has a point right there. Bro has a point. See, in our early stages of life, we are meant to learn, we are meant to experience, we are meant to go through things so that they can build us up. So most of us, we take our early years to actually say, we are young, it's time to have fun. But really, it's a chance to go through and understand. Then you start laying that foundation of stability, spirituality, like he said, and understanding and fearing God. Like having a fear of God is something else. It puts you in a place where you question every decision that you make. So going out and having fun, it's like the opposite of what you should be laying, especially in your early years, because most of us, we wanna have fun. When life hits and now you have a baby, that's when you wanna focus, and which is the worst time, because now you're gonna have a child crying behind you, and now you wanna lock in. But the time that you had when you didn't have that type of responsibility was the time you should have took to actually build yourself. So what do you guys think about this situation? I feel personally like, don't bring your children on this planet to inherit poverty, like bro is saying. Take your time, build yourself, and then you can have your fun. Like one thing I know that like you having fun is something, it's something that is timeless. You can have fun even in your old age. You can have fun as long as you have security. I feel like time to have fun doesn't end. So what do you guys think about this whole thing? What do you guys think about this situation? It's your boy Chloe Bang. I'll see you in the next video. Ololo.